Hello and welcome everyone to my official fake podcast, Banter Booth. I'm your host, Emma Booth. For video watchers, it is available on YouTube. For audio streamers, it's available on Pandora back in 2008. I haven't watched a YouTube tutorial just yet on how to put this on Spotify, but then again, this is a fake podcast. Based on my ridiculous intro with GarageBand music and my ostentatious costume, today we're talking about the movie series Dune, and I'm giving you my complete unsolicited opinions on what I think of the movies. My goal in this podcast isn't to really give you a masterful cinematic movie summary, but more so things I kind of just want to make fun of about the movies. The main conflict of the entire series is this central planet called Arrakis. It is a desert wasteland full of native people who live there, giant sandworms, and of course a rare mineral that you can't access anywhere else in the universe. Because this rare mineral is so important to intergalactic space jump travel. So for those of you who don't know, Dune was originally written as a sci-fi book series by Frank Herbert in the 1960s. The story is set in a future reality in which humanity is living in a post-war context against AI. Yeah, which is why they need spice to make intergalactic time jumps with their spaceships, because they did that before with AI, but now they aren't messing with AI anymore. Honestly, I can't even begin to fathom a war with AI, because the AI I'm seeing right now is Jake Paul floating up to doorbell cameras and Jake Paul giving makeup tutorials. And if that is the AI I have to fight when I'm conscripted by the US Army, I think I'm going to lose. I don't think I'm going to win against AI Jake Paul.
I'm geeked.
So we got an emperor who's really not that great, and we got two main houses in the movie series, at least so far that we know of. House of Atreides, ooh, love them, they're the good guys. Then we got House of Harkonnen. Boo. I have a lot to say about House of Harkonnen, because they're bad. They're all bald. First thing I really want to comment on this entire series. Let me get this straight. White man arrives at the desert asking for the natural resource that is found deep beneath the sand that can power giant machinery? Does this not also sound so familiar to you? Give us your oil! White man arrives to native people, is going to save native people, integrates and becomes one of the natives, finds a woman with the natives, falls in love with women with the natives, somehow destroys sacred native things. They destroy the sacred trees. They destroy the sacred pond. earth and water. Now they're going to destroy somewhere in someone's future movie the sacred fire and the sacred air. What? R.I.P. Paul's dead. He really would have loved the Minecraft temple. R.I.P. So sad that Jared Leto died. So sad that So sad that Leto Atreides died. Jared Leto didn't die, guys, but he is doing suspicious activities out in a desert that is kind of like cultic practices, where he is very Messiah-like. Hollywood, I got your new actor for your new space movie where white guy and goes and saves planet. He could be the one that saves the sacred fire. Hey guys, before we go any further in the podcast, here's a word from today's sponsor.
Has excessive dune walking left you scratching where the sand does not shine?
Oh, man!
Yes, you idiot.
Oh!
Then look no further. Get rapid relief with Dr. Mitch's anti-itch and dewormer. The only treatment strong enough for the desert and gentle enough for your intestinal tubes and personal dunes.
Nice! My butt itches!
As a professional butterfly catcher, my days chasing the breeze were severely stunted whenever I got worms. But then I got Dr. Mitch!
Do not use while operating heavy machinery, while pregnant, or while attending a church, as they may think you're experiencing an exorcism. Avoid alcohol, dairy, eye contact, and most types of jazz. Consult your doctor if you've recently experienced deja vu, or worm deja vu, or worm deja vu, or worm deja vu, or worm deja vu. Side effects may include mild nausea, intense enlightenment, glowing elbows, fingers briefly turning into serpents, unintentional tax evasion, whispering toenails, seasonal eyebrow migration, temporary time loops, spontaneously combustion of the ankles, and in rare cases, death, rebirth, and death again.
From itch to rich, trust Dr. Mitch.
Got the squirmy wormies? Get Mitch Itch Termies.
For dunes, moons, and intestinal tunes, Dr. Mitch delivers soon.
Scratchless, stressless, with Dr. Mitch's anti-mess.
Put the worm back in the sandbox and reclaim your bowels today. Dr. Mitch's anti-itch, because your dunes deserve better.
Ladies and gentlemen, rewrite your Arrakis story with Dr. Mitch's cream or suppository. Thank you, Dr. Mitch, for sponsoring this podcast. All right, let's get back to the video. I love the costumes. I love the costumes and their contrast with the desert. I love how all the elements within the fabric, all the way down to the minute details of accessories or metals, really explains who and what this person and character is. Although I gotta poke a little fun at it. So when I watched this movie, to me, it feels like the costume department, when they were envisioning this, they were told, okay, it's set in a desert and it's set in space. Perhaps maybe the head of the costume department went and traveled overseas to the Middle East, walked around, had hummus, had pita bread, had all the stereotypical things you could do in the Middle East. Enjoy the sights, go sightseeing, people watching, maybe even pay your respects to Mecca. Come home, sit down at their Pinterest board, almost having like a Debbie Ryan moment where I went to the head of Hollywood and I said, I'm going to make change and I have an idea. I went to the Middle East once. I think we should put the Middle East in space. I think we should put the Middle East in space. Now, there was some sincere controversy that surrounded Dune about the eye color, even the use of the costumes. A ton of people were saying it was cultural appropriation. This is why I make the joke, because I'm making fun of white Hollywood. But speaking of white, Let's talk about the Harkonnens! They're so bald. Austin Butler. I don't like Mr. Butler bald. I don't like Mr. Butler with no eyebrows. I will say it. This is my personal taste. I just can't do no eyebrows. There are some people, I think, who can really rock a no eyebrow look. I am not one of those people. And before you say, how dare you judge people with no eyebrows? Whoa. When I grew up a child, I had no eyebrows because they were blonde. Austin Butler bald with no eyebrows really makes me nervous, not in a good way, in a aggressive, repulsive fashion, in a fight or flight mode, because it reminds me of the vampire zombies from Will Smith's I Am Legend. I saw this movie when I was 7 years old. Watching that German Shepherd die did something to me. So seeing these infrared, inbred, bald, white people in Dune makes me, I feel like I'm 7 years old again, sleeping with my lights on in my bedroom for a week because I was convinced the zombies were going to come into my house and then eat my dogs. Moving on to Vladimir, Mr. Baron Harkonnen. I am repulsed by this bald, rotund man. My anger comes not from seeing this man's outer appearance, but knowing what caused the man's outer appearance. If you want to do a little wiki search or a fandom deep dive on the Dune universe, Baron contracted a blank, blank, blank while doing blank, 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 not consensually with a specific individual. And he contracted something that made him look like how he was on the inside. In the book series, Baron was described as a very, ruggedly handsome man. But when you assault a reverend mother, you're going to look like how you look like on the inside!
Bald! Evil! Vile! Disgusting human!
He looks like a rejected Macy's Day Parade balloon. I don't like the way he just floats there, menacingly. I am disturbed by his anti-gravity ability. I don't like that he can float. The man looks like the evil version of Balloony in the Phineas and Ferb multiverse. At best, this man looks like a child's 13-day-old mid-flated balloon floating in the corner of their bedroom. If I walked into my child's room and I saw that floating in the corner, you best believe I'm calling down heaven and I am speaking the name of God and pleading the blood of Jesus over my child's room. Baron's healing scene inside the black, viscous, goopy bathtub reminded me of the tragic 2010 oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico. All right, guys, we just need to buy a bit like 60 gallons of Dawn dish soap, and I think this guy's gonna be all right. Oh, wait, hang on. He looks really familiar right there. Did y'all see that? Ah, that's right. He's an evil booba. Anyways, I definitely would love to make another video about ranting on Dune. I'm so sorry that this felt like it was everywhere all at once and there was not just a single direction where this was going. Actually, no, I was specifically aiming at the Harkin house. Mr. President, they hit the Harkin house. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my first attempt at a fake podcast. There's a lot more that can be said about the movie series, and I definitely would love to make more commentary on that. So if you're interested in that, please leave a comment down below. And, or if you would like me to address different topics on my fake podcast, I would be more than happy to do that. So please leave a comment down below. Let me hear what you think. All right. Bye.